Well, hello there, and welcome back to what is going to be the last match of the day. And I don't want to take anything away from it, but I think it'll have a hard time topping the one that we just saw in terms of outrageousness. Smile, the team that has been very, very comfortable so far in the NA bracket, is going to take on the Bears. And they're doing so under their captain external. They have OP, Fluky, Fly, and a whole bunch of others to back it up. And the Bears that we saw already earlier today under Chase, who did manage to win in the lower bracket finals to make their way to the grand final. And they are going to do so on the following maps. Cliff being picked by the Smile team, with Bears picking defense. Prokhorovka, the next one. Then we're headed into Ghost Town, with Mines being the Bears ban. Muravanka then being picked up, followed by possibly Himmelsdorf and possibly Steps.
Yeah, well, join the analysts in what they said. I don't believe too much in the Bears here. Maybe that's like not giving them enough credit. But when we saw Smile play, they looked like an extremely good team.
Yeah, Smile indeed. Looking extremely solid in everything that we saw from them so far, which I believe was one match. But yeah, they do have the reputation on the NA server of being just all around solid, very, very good players. The same can be said for the Bears. Smile just, more so.
Yeah, I'm just going to believe in Smile here. Cliff could be a very, very fast-paced map between these two.
Yeah, possibly. Obviously, we had the thing where basically, an A team's toxic keeps expanding on that, tend to play a bit slower than the EU teams, which it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's just a difference in preference, a difference in just how the meta is shaped on that server. Obviously, in show matches, we are going to say which of the metas is actually gonna prevail. But first of all, grand finals of the NA Bot 7 at hand. Who do you think is gonna take it, and by how many?
I think I voted 5-1 for Smile.
5-1. Ooh, brutal. Are you changing your nickname to Toxic, or what's happening there?
No. I just think that Smile is a team that could compete in playoffs on EU and do really well. And I don't think that the current version of the Bears would have such a good time if that was to be the case. Personally, I don't think Smile is too far behind the teams that we saw play, Hit and Run, Opor, W, etc. They're pretty close to them. I wouldn't say they're quite there. Maybe that's a bit of EU bias, but they are very, very, very good at this mode. They're also the champions coming into this. They're also the representative for NA to go to China. I mean, I think it's just giving credit to the capabilities of Smile.
Yeah, exactly. Smile. There is a reason why they made it comfortably through the any part of the bracket so far. They've not really shown a lot of slip-ups. They've not really shown a lot of weaknesses. They have just been all around very, very solid team. Now, going into this one, first of all, I think we have to mention that the Bears team, they did show some weaknesses. Actually, they were on the brink of tournament elimination earlier in the bracket. Not earlier today, but earlier in the tournament. So for them to be here, it must feel already like quite the accomplishment. But, as soon as you come into the finals, you're like, well, we came all the way. Might as well try it now.
Might as well try it now. Remind me of what's the first map again? Cliff, right? So
Cliff, exactly.
Yeah, reminded myself. I think for Bears, it's looking for a strong start on Cliff. If Smile starts running away with it, momentum, we talked about it. We saw it in the last match, actually, either way. Initial momentum to Hit and Run, which then turned around at some point by Piotrix becoming a magician. He made the enemy things disappear.
Yeah, I think that is a good way to put it. And I think he's going to have a very, very nice evening for himself. Now, though, the NA players looking to replicate that here. Best of 9, this means first to 5. A lot of rounds to be played, and Cliff, honestly, kind of curious personally. Like if you're coming in this and you pick Cliff as your map, you must think as Smile that you're actually just better in every aspect, because if you think that the teams are even closely matched together, like remotely close, then this would in turn mean that, you know, Cliff can be dicey.
Can
So-
be dicey, yeah. But it's I don't know. Well, I'm really curious. How long are we out from start?
Around half a minute, I would say.
Yeah. Now it was an easy one to answer, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So both Toxic and you going with the 5-1 scoreline. Insane saying it'll be 5-2. I am giving a bit more credit to the Bears, which we saw earlier today win their lower bracket finals. Is it going to be a 5-1 wash or not? We're going to find out shortly. How many BZs is, I think, the biggest question that we have to ask here on Cliff, first of all. Simply because, you know, a lot of BZs is what I expect on Cliff as a map. The package of the alpha damage together with the mobility is just too good to pass up. You're able to push a lot of HP into important positions very, very early on. But maybe, I mean, we have seen NA and EU meta differ in the past, so maybe the teams have a different take on how to play it. But I think it is time to kick it off. I think it is time to see the lineups of Smile and the Bears in the finals of the NA VOD 7. We do see the Bears coming in with quadruple BZ, double CS, and the Hori.
Against Smiles, triple quad, sorry, BZ, double IS7, and the CS63. Hori on Cliff is an interesting one.
Hori is not something you would normally expect on Cliff, so I will be very, very interested where they will send Chase in that Japanese tank destroyer. Otherwise, I think we'll have to look for the splits. Everyone getting sent middle towards for the Bears, except for Chase, who's going to set up in A4. Quite curious.
Yeah, he might have some shots on towards the ramp from there, potentially. I'm not too sure. There's always a reason why people go to where they are. Yeah, he does have a shot on the ramp from there. Bigger question is he going to hit it?
Indeed, we do see that the shot he has is quite minuscule, and he's instead going to opt for the second cross. Needs to be careful to not hit his buddy of Octobear. Octobear probably aware that the Hori is aiming there, but we'll still have to see. The Bears now committing all the tanks that they have in towards the middle, but they'll be in crossfire because Loop there in the IS-7 and Fluky from the sidelines. We know that they will have the peaks here. Not Melee does not take a hit from Loop. The shot going wide.
Now from 1-2, they're trying to get some angles on towards Octo, who cannot stay on this ramp.
No, Fluky and Lop in that BZ, forcing the CS63 off the angle as Loop with another shot, with another attempt. It does connect. Wallhack's not full HP anymore, and Kenway also taking a bad trade.
Yeah, the Hori niche pick, I mean, sure, 360 pen and all, but so far their team is getting hammered in the middle of the map. They're losing the hill at some point. They'll get flanked around the hill at some point as well. And for me, this is not looking that good for Bears to start off this match.
No, the fact also that Octobear has taken a shot of damage in his CS is like kind of bad, because that means he cannot really go in towards the DPM 1v1 against Vova, who might, you know, just get taken away from the ramp to flank around at any point in time. And this is why we see him default back a little towards different positions. The thing is that the way the Bears are playing this currently, they are kind of making the hill a non-factor, because no effective ways of playing could be done from the hill currently. So at least they got that going for them. But I think as soon as Smile realized that the Hori is on the lower side of the map, they might even try to just overcommit everyone on towards the middle, because realistically the shots that would be coming on towards tanks coming from Donut. That would mean that the tanks in the middle would be on reload for the Bears, which would enable the Smile tanks to completely collapse with 7 upon 3. Instead, they're opting to send Loop through the lower side, through the one line. Loop getting spotted. This is going to enable Muscles in that CS and possibly even Chase in that Horri to get a shot of damage there. Loop taking a swing at December, not going to connect though.
Yeah, and they're taking it slow and steady. I mean, like they should, right? Just starting to slowly surround the map. Vova knows that if he goes on the hill, he's going to take some shots, so he's not going to do it at all. He's just waiting for Lip to generate some map control, some info. They might even be able to, between the two of them, put December into a crossfire, which looks to be what they might go for. I mean, look at December's position. If Loop is able to take B2 at some point, he will find the back of that BZ together with his teammates from the middle. It's not really somewhere you can sit fully safe. You'll have to drop.
And Loop now, unspotted, is able to make the cross in towards the A1, A2 position. That, on the other hand, though, if you think about it, would enable the Horri to give a huge shot. Now, finally, they're going to know where the Horri is, as Sebastian, starting to boost over, has to stop here, though, is blocking Fly, who is also on the boost currently. Sebastian does not want to continue through here, and Fly is going to take one, is going to take another from that Horri, who already starts having an impact.
Yeah, that block there costing them a lot of HP. I mean, Sebastian didn't want to go up because it was too risky. They do spot on Muscles, though, in that CS63. Not sure how this guy out. It's actually Lip that actually spotted him in the IS-7, who is even going to find the Horri behind that rock at some point. I mean, he should know he spots out Chase now. He does take an immediate big hit from that Horri, who has the rock to play with. I think Lip now realizes that, guys, I'm in a bit of trouble. I'm in a pickle. What do? He does give one shot to the Horri, but he takes another one immediately. He's just going to kind of die for this. I mean, December is watching that as well. Not too sure why Loop is deciding to stay out of all decisions.
I mean, Loop there, even not connecting that one, getting set on fire, meaning that the DPM advantage is now going to be on the Horri. Loop is just going to get cooked, literally, by that Horri, trying to get away. Does make it for now, but December from the other side is going to have a word about this. And this means now that Smile all of a sudden trailing in HP by over 1k external there, taking another big hit. Not sure by whom. Might be the Horri, might be the BZ. A lot of tanks by the Bears here currently with good opportunities. Vova now dropping off. Maybe he will have a kill shot onto Kenway. We'll have to see. Vova indeed picks it up. First kill of the game, but bleeds for it.
Yeah, he does bleed for it, but Lip is somehow alive and outplaying December, which I think is the biggest question. Is he using the row of fences there to shield him?
Oh, he is.
I think Chase should go kill him.
I mean,
December
there...
he's trying with AP now, but he's shooting down on towards the I-7, so the upper hull is not a pen. The lower plate is tricky at that angle.
And now, I mean, good plays by Loop here, who, you know, after one piece of fence got destroyed, he just went to the next one during the reload, apparently, of December, and we'll have to see. The Horri currently is not getting pulled into the fight against Loop, though, which I think is probably down to the fact that they want to keep this looming threat of the Horri punishing on towards the middle alive. External, Lop and a few others are starting to make a move, though, in the middle of the map, as External has pushed up in his BZ, controlling Octobear, and now the tanks in the middle by the Bears are in a predicament.
I'm not sure why External's not going further to try and create crossfire onto Wallax. I mean, if Octo pushes him, he still has the BZ on the hill to support him. They do find Melly very, very quickly, though, in that BZ. And now, time is ticking, Okian. 1 minute and 20 seconds left here for Smile to bring it all home. That Horri just sitting there staring at the ramp is not going to do too much for them. He also carries a lot of the HP for his team.
Yeah, External there taking a shot now. That's going to be problematic moving forward because he's only on a 2-shot. Does a good number, though, onto Octobear, who seems to be unable to commit directly onto External. This is going to be very, very problematic as External, another shot into Wallhacks, but only 50 seconds remaining as Wallhacks to fall to the grave. And now, all of a sudden, it's only 4 tanks left here for the side of Bears, with Octobear's whereabouts known, December's whereabouts known. The other
So
CS
Horri is the
Muscles
biggest
there.
issue right now.
The Hori, yes, the Hori is the biggest issue. They need to have the DPM available to kill him once they find him. External there, good pickup onto Octo, but Muscles has to be found. The Hori has to be found, and December has to be killed.
And the Hori already gives Vova a shot. Fluky will... Ooh, but December comes in with a kill, actually. December came in with a kill on towards that CS63 that was pushing the Hori. Chases a one-shot, though. Lop probably should be able to get an angle on towards him in that BZ if he's quick enough about it. 6 seconds left now. Okay, so the Hori does his shot. December falls. Can Lop find the kill? He can! With 1 second left on the clock, it's going to be Smile to bring it home.
Never worried. GG, easy is a Smile after this first round. That does go all the way. I think the last kill actually happened at like 7:59. We're going to have to find that out here. As yeah, Octo there, only 2 shots of damage. The Hori having a big impact into this game here. And yeah, I mean, Smile picked Cliff, and Smile won, Cliff won, but whew, you know, I mean, if there are more attacking victories in this matchup, this is probably
not
going to be the fastest.
True.
All right, a round number 1. We said it before, right? The NA teams, they like playing slow. If nothing else, then I think this round proved us right.
You think so?
It doesn't get longer than 8 minutes in Bot7 format.
Yeah, it doesn't get longer than 8 minutes with either.
I see we are
guys.
after...
Map guides.
Yeah, map guides, of course. Now, sides are going to be switched. Smile is going to be defending on Cliff. Not that it really matters a lot if you don't bring a Hori, and that one does almost like 6k damage, 5.3. That is a huge impact, but then again, you're sort of locking yourself out of a lot of options, in my opinion, because I do think Smile could have done a better job of playing this round, coming to think about it now, because, well, you see that Hori, and you know that, you know, they're not going to be pushing somewhere immediately, simply because for picking that TD, so you could be taking a lot of map control very, very early on. I think Smile was actually kind of slow to do that.
Yeah, they were slow and steady and very slow. And Lip there, I mean, he knew where the Hori was. Normally, like his teammates told him. Maybe he thought he was in A5, because like they were probably not 100% sure, but still, he kind of knew where the Hori was. And then he was sitting there like, do I sit here? I'm a one-shot. Maybe I should drop down. And then continue to stay alive for the whole game.
Yeah, exactly. He was kind of trying to stay safe and seek the DPM 1v1 against the Hori as an IS-7. Yeah, little known fact, the IS-7 doesn't actually have the best DPM in the game. It kind of reloads for a lot of time for 490 Alpha. Maybe he knows now.
Saying it was a lesson.
Hopefully it was. I mean, you know, you live and you learn. Round number 2 off Cliff, though, coming up here. And Smile is looking to extend their lead in the finals. They're looking to make it to the nothing. Instead, on the other side, the Bears, they don't want this to happen. They want to make it 1-1. They want to equalize the scoreline. And they almost would have been the ones to take the first round in this grand final here, but 1 second of time stood between them and that point. Now the Bears coming into this one with quadruple BZ, 1VZ, and double CS63.
And then Smile on the other hand, 50B, quad BZ, and double CS63. Yeah, I mean, the VZ picked for a purpose. Chase just wants to play a lot of different things. He has to double them.
Yeah, getting double chevrons, I guess, is his goal for the day. I think all the field mods have already been grinded out on those tanks here. As we do take a look at the splits, those do not seem to be too intricate here for the team of Smile. They're sending triple BZ and double CS towards the top side, and they are sending a 50B and a BZ towards the bottom side. Meanwhile, VZ towards the bottom for the Bears, and everyone else middle.
So split-wise, I'd say that Smile has the upper hand right now. Because if Fly commits around that corner, he will be able to take 1-2 for free. They'll have enough tanks to hold the middle. I'd say it's a good start for them.
Yeah, it's a good start here as Muscles on the approach sees a lot of VZs and doesn't actually get punished by External or Vova, who I think both were trying to aim for him. Fly committing in now, takes 2 by the VZ. This in turn enables the 50B to cross for free though. And he does even use one of his 4 shots. Not sure if that was the best idea, but then again, he should be able to reload easily. Octobear with a good crossfire position though.
Yeah, Octobear with a good crossfire position from that Kabi. But still though, Smile has access to the hill, easy access to the hill. Sebastian and Lip, were they spotted going up?
No, they're actually completely and utterly unspotted, which should be sounding the alarm bells for Muscles, who sees a third BZ boosting up that hill. That is a very, very big commitment.
They're going to cross the 1-2
by the side of Smile. And yes, exactly. They're saying, well, you got the hill with 3 BZs. See you guys. See you next time. We're going to collapse. Donut.
Yeah, that's a really, really good call from the Bears. The question is how much damage should they take, and can Smile disengage on the defense? If they can get out of these positions, run away with the 50B, get the CS and the BZ to cross back to the middle, for example, then this crossing was for nothing. And they're doing exactly that. Really, really good reactions from both teams here, coming out from both Smile and the Bears. I mean, 1-2 repush is correct. This 50B of Lop is now going to be running quite far away. He's getting pressured by 2 tanks though. So Smile, having the 3 tanks on the hill is not all that great in the grand scheme of things. And Lop now getting found by Wally as well in his BZ. He's trying to find that VZ before though. It's not going to happen. He will fall in this matchup. He does his entire clip. Wally missing a shot there though. Lop going a little bit safer. External taking some damage as well. And they're missing the crucial base position at this moment in time. Wallach will find the kill. They're also missing that C5 corner to really support the CS getting pressured.
They are missing that indeed, and now Vova getting sent towards the A5 position. I think that is to crossfire that VZ and that BZ both that are looking to shoot on towards External here in the nice little cubby of that CS63. And now actually Smile once again deciding it is time, boys. It's time for a repush because 2 tanks by Bears. Yes, they did pick up that 50B, but now they're completely out of the game. Octobear's crossfire position not really mattering either. A good shot into chase by the CS63 from the A5 position, but now Sebastian taking huge punishment actually for this cross here. Are they going to get the pickups they need is the question.
Yeah, Fly is going to have to peek the corner and take the initial damage, and then one of them will have to cross over to deal with Melly. External even arriving as well. They're just trying to trade off the corner. Now is the moment though for Lip probably to go kill off Melly, but they're actually backing off. They have said, no, we don't actually want to make this push. Muscles now arriving in the middle, though. He will put the rest of this team in crossfire. They're all kind of stuck on this corner. And even Vova in the CS is in a little bit of no man's land. Muscles, though, playmaker from behind. And Vova, playmaker from behind as well for both these teams.
Yeah, exactly. The crucial question now being how much HP does that BZ in E2 have? Muscles coming in here with his CS63. Has it all cut out for him, has it all to do. He does make it over. He does make the cross. And now Vova here finds Wallhacks here, who is down to 60 HP. Vova gonna peek here, gonna get the pickup. This spells big trouble for the Bears, though. HP are very even.
HP are indeed very even, and Muscles doesn't really want to peek against all these guns. Vova is now putting a little bit of crossfire, and Muscles actually going to peek wide. They'll still have to repush 1-2 though, Kihan, because look, Muscles will now find a new angle on towards them, just able to put a shot into Lip already, and now they're going to push around that corner as expected. Good focus fire there from Muscles on towards the CS. Lip is taking all the damage. Vova's coming from behind though. December joined into that hold down. I'm not sure if that was the right decision from that BZ, because look, a quick 1-2 combination picks up that combination of tanks that were on the lower side, and now Kenway running away. Good tracking shot there from Vova. That could be so important for his team. Also, the shot misses on him. That opens up Octo actually. Fly needs to be careful there. not to die in his BZ. Watches towards Octo. And now though, 5v3 for the side of Smile.
5v3 for the side of Smile, but I think Vova is doing a very, very good, a very smart move here, actually. He's, with this outside move, he's not only going to perma-spot Octobear, who is in the crossfire position, he will also be able to control the peaks on towards that CS. He will be able to farm him if he actually gets into position to do so. I think he needs to go wider than that even, but Kenway now, with a pickup onto external, is going to make it 3v4.
Yeah, and Vova carries all the HP, so he's going to come closer again into 1-2. They're just staring at Octo. I don't think he can peek unspotted even if he wanted to. Fluky's on reload right now. Vova is actually just going to push him by the looks of things because he knows the other two are behind. Kenway actually finds Sebastian. Vova does connect his shell though. Should win the 1v1 because of that. Octo retaliating. Vova normally a player that does not miss in these situations, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen here either. That's a good ram from Octo though, but still a good shot from Vova. Octo is kind of pushing him off though, but this new this area of the map has been adjusted, Kihan, as you may know as well, so you can still sit there. And 3v2 now for the Smile.
3v2 now, but the tank that could actually still take a hit, possibly by the CS63. Vova here, currently not in a position to do so. He is out there on that ledge, and the thing is, as soon as he actually starts pushing the wreck, they will know. But good pickup by Fluky here to make it the 1 versus many situation. 1 versus 3. For the CS63 player here, who is on the attack, who needs to make the moves, who doesn't get the connection though onto Fly, and Fly bounces him as well. But that is 2 guns trained at the corner, not only 1, and it's going to be Vova, the playmaker, to secure it, to make it 2-0.
2 extremely close rounds, but Smile just edging themselves ahead twice in this one, and again, just good stuff by them. Could have gone either way, could be 1-1, could be 2-0 for the Bears, but it is not. It's 2-0 for Smile.
It is 2-0 for Smile indeed, and Vova just with a cracker of a round, just making the plays left, right, and center. That is exactly what you want to see by your medium players that are able to roam the map, that are able to generate the kills. That is, yeah, a lot of elo that he just got in his Onslaught game.
Yeah, Vova 5 kills, 5.3. Beautiful
2018, yeah, just good stuff.
2018, yeah, I don't know. Like he's not really the kind of guy that's gonna miss these kind of shots, Imo. Very solid player as well. You expect him to do the damage. Yeah, it was just that slight difference in, I feel, player skill almost that made the largest difference there. And External also surviving from that cubby for quite a while.
Yeah. The Bears are going to be unhappy with how, especially the last parts of these rounds here went. I feel like they had a way into either round. Like both were extremely close, especially the first one. Imagine losing with 1 second left on the clock. But this means that the pick by the team of Smile, that was Cliff, this pick was completely converted to nothing. So in the end, I guess they got what they wanted from it, even though the way there was kind of a bumpy road. And for the Bears now, they have their work cut out for them. Picking Ghost Town as the second map, this actually means that, you know, they've got to do it here. I mean, even if they lose Ghost Town 0-2, there would still be Morovanka at least 1 more round, but they picked it for a reason, I'm sure.
They picked it for a reason, surely. 2-0, though, the Bears, I don't know if they're going to be like a little bit demotivated. I think the way the games went, they probably are a little sad that they are down 2-0 right now.
I mean, whenever you lose 2 close rounds like that in a row, you're going to be maybe not demotivated, but angry. Angry at the enemy team, angry at the game, and angry at yourself, angry at just about anything that angry at me, yeah, who knows? Like, maybe. Angry at anything that presents itself. The difference in between good players and great players there is that the great players actually start looking for the ways to self-improve. So they are not going to be blaming anything but themselves for rounds that went less than desirable.
That was very inspirational. I feel so inspired now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to put this knowledge to use in my future games.
You know, you can just put it into an Instagram post with some really, really nice background.
Yeah,
and then...
one with about 3 likes.
I guess so.
You, your mom, and your dog.
Uh-huh. All right, Bears now coming into the grand finals round number 3, looking to make it 2-1 actually against Smile, Triple Mouse, Double 277, 1T57, and the CS63.
Smile on the other hand, 113, 60p, Double Mouse, a 277, an E5, and a CS63 of their own.
T57, we don't see the pick that often, but there is a solid reasoning behind it. 1, the intra clip is shorter than the 50B, which means the exposure time is shorter. 2, 340 heat pen is nothing to scoff at. 3, some shots actually do bounce off of it. And 4, the reload of the entire clip is also shorter. It does have significantly a better DPM than the 50B.
True. And it's a lot better in onslaught as well. But in traditional trend between these two teams, nobody really doing anything too aggressive immediately, taking it slow, taking it steady. Slow moves coming out. Double 277 going to take A4, CS spot in the north for the Bears. Yeah, I think we're looking at a 6-minute round.
Possibly, as the march of the Mouses of Melee and Kenway does get halted for the time being, them choosing not to advance much further. The Bears on their attack here, waiting for the double 277 in the south to find some kind of position to play from. They're not really going to find any kind of angle in towards the middle. There is simply no tanks that they could be, you know, firing upon, spotting even. The 277 in K1 is probably going to come as kind of a nasty surprise, but actually the Mouse on the outside does get found. External gets spotted, but probably knows from where. Does take a swing by one of the 277s. Good shot, does take a second one. 1000 HP lost on him, and this is bringing the Bears into action at the 2 Cup.
Yeah, but who's going to spot these guys right now? I don't think anybody will. It will have to be the CS63 at G1 that gets the first piece of information on them. Chase now pushing across, though. He'll start taking some damage even from the E5, and Lip is in a trap there. So Chase may reach the position that he wants to, but is going to run away.
Chase is like a hobbit on a journey. He's just running through the map. Not sure what exactly he's supposed to achieve. The push that he was going to do towards HP for info. Yeah, I guess so. He did get a lot of info. He knows where Vova is. He knows even that Vova has spent quite a few of his shells. If you can repeat that like 50 more times, then Vova is going to be out of ammunition. But yeah. Some heat shell nets now starting non-connections on the Mouses, and they sprinted left towards, you know, some crossfire position. Now they see that they can't really achieve a whole lot from there, and now they're starting to drive in towards the base. And while the Mouses do take some damage, the punishment on towards Fly is actually pretty good, because that T57 there is providing good crossfire, and the Mouses, they don't even need to stop on this cap. They could just keep pressing their advantage here against the loop, against a Fly that is very low HP.
Yeah, very low HP. He made that overpeak there. It didn't work out for him whatsoever. And yeah, they have the cap started though. But in the meantime, look at the K-line though. Kihan being pressured out by Smile, the 277 CS combination, pressuring away, I think, Wallhacks, who is the singular 277 there. He's pushing towards Vova though. So Wally on a hero play towards that CS63. I mean, Lip will give a shot, but it will not be enough to win the 1v. Never mind that, as a lot of damage comes out immediately. There will have to be a decap though, coming out from the boys from Smile, and Lip there takes a tremendous amount of damage for this play. He's even gonna fall. Vova will kill Wally, but that is a beautiful pickup for the Bears.
Yeah, and all of a sudden the Bears, they are starting to turn the tide of battle around as December now with that mouse is going to be the third tank on the cap, but as Octobear is probably going to come off reload rather soon, that T57 DPM that we spoke about coming into effect. External is now feeling the heat, 1337 lead HP for now. But the HP overall not looking so good for the players. A Smile 3k behind. The T57 once again clipping out, not finding the last connections. Actually, the T57 with penetration issues on towards the 6 CTP. It's Melee to save the day, and it is the rest of the Bears, all 7, still alive to get their first round in the grand finals.
Yeah, surely they will not give this away anymore. There goes down, attack slow, steady, and successful coming out in this way. Really just good, getting that cap pressure, and yeah, Wally, the distraction there. He actually traded 2 for 1. He killed Vova, and he made it so Lip died as well. So, good stuff.
Yeah, and Fluky now demonstrating that, anything side-hugging a mouse is very, very effective, but the bodies of December not letting the 113 have its way with the mouse. Instead, it's going to be 7-0 regarding tanks, and it's going to be 2-1. Smile still ahead, but the Bears showing up on their map pick of Ghost Town on their attack here. So it's not going to be a clean sweep. Far from it. The Bears looking very good.
Very good on that Ghost Town. Good for them. They really deserved at least 1 round so far, to be honest. So that they finally were able to pick it up is good.
Yeah, and on the other side, we see Lip here with that 277. Really getting caught off guard by what Wally was doing. And maybe it wasn't even planned that way, but it ended up being pretty genius. Now, obviously, the mouse is in the city there against other super heavies, are not going to have the best of pen rates, but all of that doesn't matter when you have a player like Octobear in that T57 able to give more than 1, more than 2, even more than 3 clips.
Yeah, all around just a solid round from them on their attack. Now transitioning to the defense. Smile hasn't looked that amazing so far.
Nah, and we mentioned it on Cliff, like both of those rounds, yes, they took them home, and yes, it was probably frustrating for the Bears, but sometimes, poking the bear just makes it angry. And that was what we saw here in round number 3. Finally, the team under their captain Chase able to show what they're made of, able to put one on the board to make it 2-1. And they're going to look to make it 2-2. They want that equality to essentially reduce that best of 9 down towards a best of 5 and to not look at a 3-1 scoreline. That's not a match point yet, but being down 3-1, I mean, we saw earlier today, I mean, what am I talking about? We saw a 4-1 that got turned into a 4-5, but any round you can pick up helps, obviously. Helps contribute, helps towards your victory.
If the Bears win, is their logo going to turn their frown upside down, Keyhand, or you didn't prepare for that?
I am afraid we did not know.
Opportunity missed out on.
We just counted on Smile winning, so we didn't need to change their logo, is what went through our heads. Surely. That being said, though, I think
I haven't believed anything you said since the Cliff Map Guide videos, so we'll just put that on the list of lies.
Considering how often we have casted together, that must be a pretty long list by now. Anyway, around half a minute more until we do get some more answers as towards this match, as round number 4 is not far off here. Smile against the Bears. They are looking like, individually the better team. Smile, that is, especially when it comes towards those clutch situations. But the Bears have shown that as a unit, they are still very capable.
Let's see if they're capable of holding on the defense. Because that's a different ball game than the attack altogether. The attack is kind of straightforward in a way, still. If you take it slow and steady, it's like a step program, Clear the angles, do this, do that, get onto the cap. That is important. However, on the defense, you need to have a really good initial setup. to punish everything.
As we do see the lineup, the Bears on their defense coming in with a 60 TP triple mouse once again, 1277, one S-Conk, and the CS63.
The CS63 for Smile available as well, double 277, double mouse, and double BZ. That looks like a cap play.
Indeed, looks like a cap play. Never underestimate the mobility of those BZs when it comes to taking those early positions. And now we do see what Smile wants to do. It's actually seemingly not an immediate cap play, sending Vova towards that K line together with Loop in the 277. Vova is going to make it across. He's not going to get spotted for it, I don't think, because Muscles is playing a very defensive game of World of Tanks here. Chase in a pretty pushed up aggressive position. Muscles instead sending his 277 buddy towards the K1 position that we saw a 277 in by Smile in the past round.
Yeah, Wally getting spotted out in the 277. If he keeps going, he might take a double BZ to the face. One shot connecting on him already. Is there any more following up? It doesn't look like it, actually. And yeah, they didn't actually go for the ska play. Vova now getting spotted out though, takes a shot from Muscles. Might take one from Wallhax as well. Yeah, he does. That's not a good trade from him. Uncharacteristic.
Indeed. Yeah, that is not a good trade indeed, especially since he knew that the 277 was on its way. So him going down towards 1400 is already not a good start for the team of Smile, because especially those medium tanks, you want them to stay alive and to stay healthy for as long as possible. Unforced loss of HP is very, very bad thing for Vova here. He loses a lot of the basically threat ability that he has to be able to roam the map and just bring HP, bring DPM where needed. Well, if he doesn't have the HP anymore, then the DPM might not be long lasting where he's gonna go. All of that being said and done, though, I think so far for the Bears, solid defense. Smile, they seem a bit taken aback by what's happening.
Did they destroy any of the buildings on the cap, though?
I can check for you, actually. No, the buildings on the one cap are mostly intact, actually. So they destroyed some of them, but not all, by far.
Okay. I mean, some is already more than Opur had.
Mm.
They will try to pressure A-line with double 277.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a one-cap play, I think. Sending Loop there as well. That's going to be double 277 A-line. At the same time, we see some activity like south of the one cap with those Moses there, who are going to start forming maybe not a roadblock, but just a crossfire in towards tanks that would be trying to come to reset. Then again, though, this Super Conk by Octobear, he's in a prime position to be the MVP for his team this round. As we've seen time and time again, this S-Conk can be instrumental, can be pivotal. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Yeah, and the fact they got the spot off, though, on that 277 of Lip also they also spotted Fluky. Lip's already going, though, kind of by himself, pushing up. Fluky following in really close fashion. December there is actually going to be the focus for the boys of Smile. They bring even the BZs around the corner. Lip will have to continue pushing, though, against this Octobear. S-Conk, it's so much damage being taken already. Like, sure, they're finding December, but they will have to find this S-Conk as well, though, to make this actually work.
Yeah, exactly. December here trying to do what he can against External and Fly. External actually getting picked up here, Sebastian, with the mouse to get the counter kill onto December, but I think the damage might even have been done as Lup takes another one from the back lines from the CS that is peeking from there. Octobear trying to do what he can against the CS, and we can see the 277s actually in crossfire here. I think that shot by Wallhax actually flying into Fluke's gun, saving him for the time being, but Octobear still alive, still kicking. Is a one-shot, yes, but still has DPM available on towards Fly. I think that shot went to the ground, unfortunately for him, but the Bears now in full counter-push mode, in full pressure mode in the city. Kenway and Melly, as well as Chase, all driving towards Lop, who is down towards one-shot. Octobear, in the meantime, picking up Fly. This is the Bears coming back into this match, round after round on Ghost Town.
Round after round on Ghost Town, that BZ push, they're not really working out for the boys from NA. Lop, they're in his mouse, not having a good one either. Chase not connecting that shot though. Already 60 TP, losing out some alpha there. Vova in the meantime just trying to farm what he can as long as he can. Sebastian looking for the kill on that 60 TP. He does find it. Now the Crossfire slowly starting to grind the Bears down, but they're up 4,000 HP, so they better hope that they get a lot of good connections.
Exactly, Vova there with another good shot into the mouse, but once again the HP that he lost at the start of the round is starting to hurt him, because this is preventing him from making a lot of plays. Though the Bears, they do still have him spotted, they do still know what he is doing, and the trump card for the Bears actually being Muscles in that CS, still very healthy, 1800 HP, 5000 damage apparently to his name, as Cap, the next option for the attackers, does get started. Loop and Sebastian, both of them being committed in. This is shaping up to be quite the short time that the Bears still have to react. Muscles here taking one by Fluky on the cross, and that is two tanks that are on the Cap that could possibly even be shooting him for it. Instead, it's going to be Wally peeking onto Vova, reducing him towards a two-shot.
Yeah, and Vova realizes that there's not much he can do. He will even drive into another mouse. Wally's coming in with the 277 for the slam dunk. The drive on top of him and take him out of the game that way. Not quite. The shot will do the trick though, making sure he bends that, and the Bears are right back into it, making it 2-2.
2-2 gonna be the scoreline in between Smile and the Bears, that do start trading blows on their map picks respectively. Picking up their own map 2-0 are Smile and the Bears, and now we are left with a best of 5. After the first map, it looked like the Bears, losing 2 unlucky rounds, maybe getting angry, maybe getting frustrated. Not the case at all. Storming back into this match, equalizing the scoreline. Good job.
Good job to them. Yeah. That push there. Honestly, I would have rather just see them drive straight into the cap than this. I mean, the idea on paper has some potential, but the execution... It's not even the execution, it's just the amount of damage you take to make this push. It's just so large. The PCs, they take a while to kill the mouse, and all this time Octo is just shooting and shooting.
Yeah, Octobear with that S-Conk actually doing less damage than I expected him to, but nonetheless he was a crucial factor, because he needed to be eliminated for the team of Smile. That didn't look like they had a lot of ideas as to how to break this defense. Yes, Sebastian able to do a lot of damage with that mouse, but in the end, a very uninspired offense, I think, by the team of Smile, who seemed to have that one single idea of throwing basically double BZ against the mouse, but they completely ignored the fact that there was an S-Conk also farming them, so there were actually 3 guns aimed at the 2 that were pushing, and those BZs just failed to have an impact because of it. That is 2 out of 5 tanks out of your setup. So now, after Cliff and Ghost Town, we do find ourselves on the lush greens of Morovanka.
Yeah, the lush greens of Morovanka, a map that should traditionally be played a bit quicker, but if the NA teams have shown us anything, it's that we need to lower the time about a minute to make them go a little faster. They're really taking their time in all of these rounds.
They are indeed taking their sweet time in all of those rounds, but if it wins them the rounds, then who are we to blame them? Who are we to judge them? Morovanka, now we have seen played both ways on both servers before. We have seen very, very quick attacking rounds, basically very fast plays towards both caps now, reminding you of the cap round by Opur, I think it was, where I think it was the team of W who failed to basically get the resets, and yeah, it was the team of W because I spoke to Ali, and not only did they make out the same kind of issues that we made out with basically the mouse not staying on top, resetting the IS-7s, but there actually was a different tank who also still stayed on top, and he bounced 2 HEs. On towards the turrets of the IS-7. So a bit unlucky there. I don't think we'll see a quick 2-cap though. That one kind of happened, born out of the situation, kind of a desperate play that ended up working for some reason, even though it never should have. But yeah, the question remains, is it going to be the fast 1-cap play, or is it going to be the slower play around the other cap, or is it even going to be a slow 1-cap play? Those are also possible.
Please just strive to the 1-cap. I don't know why nobody does it anymore. I have yet not understood the reasons to why it doesn't happen anymore. I don't like the change. I don't think it's a super necessary change. Because they always end up driving it towards it again anyways. Well, one point or the other. May as well do it in the beginning.
The Bears now coming into the first round of Moravanka. It's going to be triple IS-7, a mouse, double S-Conk, and a CS63.
Versus Smiles, double 60TP, an IS-7, a mouse, double S-Conk, and a bat to round it off.
Exactly. So now the only thing that remains to be seen is who is going to take this first round of Moravanka, with Smile being on the defense here. That means the Bears are going to attack with that triple IS-7 that can be pushed up very, very offensively, and we see Smile immediately respecting this possibility, splitting off only Loop towards the eastern part of the map. The mouse sending him towards the middle is, like, yeah, very, very standard. But other than that, everyone going towards 1-2 line.
Yeah, everyone going towards 1-2 line, and that is just the way forward here for the side of Smile in the beginning. Covering off that 1-2. Again, not quick aggression from either side though. Taking their time, slowly going wide, but Chase getting punished quite heavily in that mouse.
Chase indeed getting punished a lot there, but he's obviously mouse, so he's still going to stay alive for a bit longer. Down to 2k now. Lop taking a shot of damage too in his mouse as well, as the rotation gets started by the team of Smile, and obviously the Batcher being a huge asset, even though it's not a huge tank when compared to some of the others, simply because of that clip potential, that mobility, that camo.
Yeah, that mobility, that camo coming in for the side of Smile. Now the cap getting pressure though. December and Melly getting in it. The IS-7 and CS from the 5-6 line running away further back. And we'll see what does Smile do to react to this.
I mean, the mouse of Lop being able to do one shot to Melly here is going to slightly reset the cap even a little, but 50 seconds is the time to beat for the team of Smile. Fly there with the ignite onto the S-Conk. That hurts a lot. Kenway is going to be cursing his luck right now as he's down towards a one-shot. That is never supposed to happen. Octo and Floki there in the S-Conks trading it out as well. But 30 seconds is now the thing they need to beat. Floki trying to cross over. He's going to be pushing down December here at least. 20 seconds remaining. External and Fly, both of them coming closer towards the cap, while Smile also has tanks in the eastern part of the map who will be trying to get shots into Melee.
Yeah, who will be trying to get shots into Melee. They're actually just pushing up and over very quick from Smile, who have done so much initial damage. Kenway, you know, down towards the one shot, was already in a bad situation. Vova, you're clipping out against the IS-7, even not getting too many connections. But look at the scoreboard, Kian. How much damage has been dealt by Smile. They might just make another peek here, try and remove Melee from the game, but they're actually fine with it. They're like, okay, we did our damage, go back.
Exactly. Counting the W's. Very, very mature gameplay here with one of the S-Kongs even taking out Kenway, and this leaves them in a 6v7 versus situation. The Bears, that is, as continuous resets start raining in like a hailstorm onto Not Melee. Yes, it's only HE, But if it doesn't keep the cap running, then it is going to be that all that's needed as December trying to make a play here with that IS-7 onto lob in the mouse. But a moving IS-7 versus a stationary angling mouse is never going to be a good time for that IS-7, as Vova here starting to clip out once more onto the IS-7. Not sure if he's getting those connections but right now, but now once again on the reload as Fly is starting to commit in onto not Melly. Sebastian from the top as well. They're looking for the quick 1-2 tap, but instead it's going to be December that's getting sent straight towards the garage as Melly is down towards a one-shot with 260 TPs around him. Vova currently running away, but a quick 1-2 kill onto Melly and Chase is going to seal the fate of the Bears in this round. Smile once again edging ahead. It's going to be 3-2.
Yeah, going to be 3-2 for Smile rather quickly here in this matchup. Just really nailing down the defense, doing so much damage to Kenway for him to try and take E1 that it was so hard for them to do anything against this super heavy lineup that they were bringing. Yeah, all in all, really, really good stuff from Smile. Really having that defense nailed down, and as a result, they're getting their third round.
They're getting their third round, and I believe deservedly so. This one, compared to the first two, not even close. A very well-deserved round for the team of Smile that do manage to get the third one on the board against the Bears, who struggled to have an impact and whose game plan was rather nebulous.
Yeah, I mean, they went into the scap. I don't think they just expected to take that much damage on their S-Kong, though. And they're also very split, so this overpeak for Smile with those heavies on the 2-line just worked out for them because there was not enough guns trained onto the position.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some other overpeaks into the cap just going horrendously wrong for the teams that needed to make the resets here, though. Like the peak, just, you know, picture perfect. They took out like 1500 HP from one of the IS-7s that had to bail, and then after that, Melly was always going to get resetted from like the eastern part of the map because they only had one mouse at the church, and that was basically it. So, yeah, in the end, the tanks by Smile finding a lot of success simply by having superior positioning, superior answers towards the tactic that the Bears had here on their attack. Didn't really look very, very inspiring. Smile deserved round number 3 for them.
Deserved round number 3, and now in prime position to actually go into match point on the attack of Moravanka.
Exactly. Attack normally being the favored side here on this map, meaning that Smile have put themselves into a very good spot. They need to convert it first. And Moravanka, as they just demonstrated, yes, it might be attack-sided, but that doesn't mean that defending teams can't win on it.
True. We just saw a defensive win.
As Bears, what does that do with you, though? I mean, yes, you win your own map pick of Ghost Town pretty convincingly, but then, you know, Moravanka, kind of a different beast of a map, and they just find out that essentially the team of Smile, they seem to be super comfortable on Muro.
All in all, just good stuff from Smile in a really strong position. Coming back well as well after that Ghost Town that they had a bit of an issue with, right? That Ghost Town losing 2-0, but doesn't seem to affect them too much.
No, mentally, Smile still in a very good state. I mean, after such a round here where there wasn't even a shadow of a doubt who was going to take it after, you know, it started being played out, that is obviously very good for them. And for the Bears, yeah, once again, their logo sort of telling the story of how this first round on Mura went. Let's hope for them that the second round doesn't do too badly. Otherwise, it would be match point for the team of Smile, who were the favored team going into this one.
They were indeed the favorite team coming into this one, but so far they haven't really shown that they deserve to win this flat out. I think it's fair to say throughout this match they made a lot of openings for the Bears that could have resulted into them looking against the match point.
So let's hop into round number 6 in between Smile and the Bears in the grand final here. Smile wanting to make it a match point. The Bears looking to equalize the scoreline. The setups for that being for the Bears, double 60 TP, double 277, one Skunk, one Batchat, and a Mino.
And a Mino actually for the Bears. Smiled, on the other hand, 4 I7s and Skunk and double CS63.
Minotauro on Moravanka?
I wonder where he's going to go.
That is an unusual pick, to say the least, I think. I mean, then again, they're defending. Yeah, I guess he's going to go towards like G1 or something like this, especially since the 1-2 line was reworked. There's a lot of hold downs that tanks like Minotauros will be very, very comfortable with playing. We talked about those quick 1-2 cap plays. I think finally we have one at our hands. Or do we actually?
We do. We'll have a quick round on our hands, but these I7s cutting unders, I don't think they have seen the 60 TPs yet. Are they just going to push on towards the Skunk? It does look that way. They want to pick the Minotauro even. This is very aggressive from Smile. Finally, they're taking a round in their own hands. They do not find the Mino. He just about gets safe, but they're going to continue towards him while the 3 cap is already started to block off this Skunk. 26 seconds, Kihan. Who's going to make it back, actually, from the guys here? The Batchat might just be the only one. Chase will definitely fall in that Minotauro, Lip, and Fly. I mean, they're going to make short work of him, actually. Fly actually not connecting. That gives the Mino chance to do 2 more shots. But 8 seconds left. Chase is trying to get the reset. 6 seconds left now. This round is going to get stolen right in front of the noses of the Bears, who don't get back into it at all as base capture goes through. A beautiful, aggressive opening, paying dividend. Match point for Smile, and in what a fashion.
Match point for Smile indeed in an extremely short round, making sure that if it comes close here, then this would mean for them as well that, you know, they most likely have the fastest attack. 4-2 the scoreline, actually, not 4-3 as it says above us, I think. Yeah, match point for Smile here, and what a round. We wondered time and time again why the attacker wasn't doing those quick 1-2 cap or 1-2 line plays. We have our answer. They're actually quite effective if executed.
If executed correctly, I mean, great damage numbers on both teams. 1.2 versus 1.1 top damage dealers, massive. No, that was just a beautiful play.
Yeah, beautiful play, and we do see some of the tanks by the Bears not really finding any impact. I mean, Chase getting out 2 shots, connecting none of them. But even if he does collect both or connect both, that would still mean that it is, it's still a capping victory for the side of Smile. So it doesn't even matter, but you hate seeing people missing that stuff.
It's just such a good play from Smile.
I
think they really had a good clue about what was happening. They wanted to even peek the Mino and kill him immediately, but he was just fast enough. If they had Grousers, they would have made it on time, just saying. But even with that, there was just nobody in position. And even if they get the reset Kihan, I don't think they win the game anymore. You lose the Mino relatively free. You then immediately would lose the Skunk as well. I mean, the Skunk would get pressured down, be low HP. You have to reset to drive into the cap. I don't think you win the fight after.
Yeah, we'll see. Now, though, this means that Moravanka has been played in a very quick fashion, meaning we are actually going to switch over to the next map. So I think we would love to see the map pick and bans just one more time, reminding us what it's going to be, because most certainly I don't remember currently, I have to admit. Do you know which one's going to be the next map?
Himmels.
Himmelsdorf. All right, there we go. Himmelsdorf.
But the Bears attacking first.
Yeah, Himmelsdorf. I mean, it's not a sided map, really, by any kind of standard. This would mean that, you know, theoretically it could go 1-1, it could go 0-2, But if it goes 1-1 or even 1-0, then Smile would be once again securing their spot as the champions here in the Million Pugs VOD 7 number 13 in the NA server. And they might as well in this round. That might be the last one in this grand final here, in this match that so far has seen two teams duking it out and winning it on their respective map picks.
Winning on their respective map picks. Let's see what Himmels has to bring for us today on the NA server between Bears and Smile. I think Smile is looking for the killing blow here, Kian. They would love to close it out in a 5-2 scoreline and forget all about that ghost town.
Exactly, that ghost town. They rather not remember it, and they don't need to if they get this next round on the board here on Himmelsdorf. If they get the final point locked in for themselves. And I think we're just about ready to see the lineups of what might be the final round. It's going to be the Bears trying to stay alive in the tournament in the grand finals here. 60 TP, 50B, double eyes for double mouse and an E5.
Versus an E5 and a 277, double mouse, double 50B, and a 60 TP, double 50B. We haven't seen that for a while.
Yeah, double 50B, we haven't seen it. The reason being why those autoloaders have fallen out of favor on Himmelsdorf, whereas they used to be playmaker tanks. They used to be very prevalent. Nowadays, not anymore, simply because of hardenings, because of super heavy meta. Tanks like the mouse, for example. If you have two 50Bs clipping out and they don't get a fire onto the mouse, well, then the mouse simply survives those 8 shots.
True. You have to really do good pen ratios for this to work out. And let's see if Smile can actually do it as well. It's pretty standard opening from them though. Bit 1-2, bit courtyard, bit of everything.
Yeah, a bit of everything here. As opening-wise, we do see the Bears. 2 tanks towards the hill, one of them being the 50B that they have chased. They're exchanging spots with Fluky. And external with that 5-line mouse that we've seen by Opur a lot. A lot of teams starting to recognize that, you know, the fountain in the middle of the map actually not that high anymore, as now Loop driving in towards the line where December is already aimed though, and December, he does those, he makes those, he hits those. Loop down to 2182.
Yeah, beautiful shot there from December, and a 60 TP gets a connection. External taking some on his mouse as well. And the double 50B and 277 combo is going to pressure the hill. They will need all 3 to win it though.
They are indeed going to need all 3 to win it. Is it going to be in it for them, though, as Muscle's starting to clip out from the hill, and his 50V is not going to be fully loaded anymore, but the other tank on the hill for him, it is a safety screen. It is a safety net. Octo sitting up there comfortably with that A5. As soon as he's going to spot more than one tank, he's probably going to fall back. Is Smile going to reveal more than one, though, is the question, as Chase and Melly are starting a small little rotation, cheeky one, not spotted, over the K-line.
Yeah, not spotted over the K-line at all. They're going to be pressuring Dan, but Fluky actually running away with his 277, so they don't want to repush the hill after all. Smile doing a lot of rotations here.
Smile doing a lot of rotations, but not really a lot of damage as of now. All the tanks by the Bears still full HP. Loop doesn't even want to peek into that 8-line anymore, simply because he's afraid that December might be hitting another one of those. And Octo actually starting to drive down. This might not be the best thing for him, actually, as the 50B is peeking there. The mouse external is going to spot him. Is not really out of positions, but now Vova and Loop, both of them starting to peek. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4, and down to 1k he goes. Both of the 50Bs not missing a beat, not missing a shot. That's a quick first kill. That's a good trap.
Yeah, Fluky running away there baits them into thinking, okay, it's clear to go, but it was not clear. It was the master bait, double 50B, and now they're going to start repushing the hill, and that is a good call from whoever did it on the Smile team. The one guy on the hill has fallen. Now the 50B will be forced to run away. And what does this cause for the Bears' overreactions? They'll have to move everywhere and anywhere, because once the Bees take the hill, the game is over.
Yeah, the 50B is now in prime position, but the thing actually being for Smile that the 50B is taking the hill like this means that they're going to be out of the game for this 8-line push that's starting to form up. Muscles now also spotted. This means that the 50Bs on the hill are possibly even going to turn around. Look, not yet running. Not sure I agree with that decision of trying to stay there at the 8-line for long, as he sees December as well. Wallhex with that IS-4. The mouse is probably going to get a shot into him. Loop there. Unnecessary damage taken by him, as Muscles with that 50B trying to come close as well. External probably the next one to get collapsed upon, but the 50Bs should be back soon. One of them already starting to clip out.
Yeah, and the other one pounding Muscles from the hill as well, and it's just a 8-line disaster for the Bears right now, as Kenway is trying to push in, but Wally and December not even that healthy anymore. External holding the line in his mouse, even tries to get a shot against the IS-4. I think he should just back off and start shooting the mouse, but that's another story. Muscles drop towards a one-shot for the Bears, who see their chances in this match starting to slip between their fingers, as now Chase getting pounded by Vova on top of that hill, taking shot after shot. Vova now on reload though, but Fly fancies himself the repush with the HP advantage that he has, and looking at the current number of guns and the HP available to both these teams, it is just Smile everywhere and anywhere that they are winning. Maybe the 8-line they might lose, but even that is under severe doubt.
Under severe doubt, and External probably is even gonna get one more shot in, as he now has Adrenaline Rush active, as Chase on the outside falls. Indeed, one more shot by External, gonna remove Kenway towards a one shot as well. 28 versus 16 HP, HE enough to do the job, but the mouse by External is gonna lock in the kill, with Lop driving past in a victory march down that 8-line. Smile, they have done it. They have battered, they have bruised the Bears, and now they have beaten them. They are going to be the reigning NA champions in just about a second, as Melly, the last player surviving, is gonna fall down. And congratulations to Smile that do not go the extra round like Hit and Run did on the EU server. Instead, it's going to be 5-2 in a very, very convincing final.
Good stuff from them outside of Ghost Town. I mean, Cliff was close between the two. Ghost Town was all the Bears, but outside of that, Smile deservedly winning the entire game. Yeah, just solid performance. Quick bait there working out as well. Probably very happy about that.
Yeah, the bait, the thing that actually opened up the match here. Wallhex not having an impact either into this match. 0 damage by him, the player that was swapped in right before the playoffs. And Octo, also not the result that he wanted, but there's nothing he can really do against double 50B in a grand trap. And the scheme by Smile working out completely here. The double 50B, a rare yet welcome sight, working out, securing grand finals, securing tournament victory.
Yeah, good stuff there overall from Smile. By just showing why they are the team that is going to China, deservedly so. Just better overall. Looking forward to see them one in China, then later on in the year in the Winter Invitational. I don't know what's the exact name going to be, something along those lines.
Probably Winter Invitational, something like that, yeah. Anyway, Ducky, thank you for a long but an awesome weekend. I think all of us probably are going to remember those plays by Piotrix. I'm not even going to ask who you think is going to be the EU MVP, because we all know who it is, who won it for
Opor.
For Opur. Yeah, for Opur. As I said, it has been a long weekend. Thank you very much for an awesome cast. We're going to raid you after, my goodness, for all of you who haven't been able to claim your mystery drops yet. That being said, thanks once again a lot. And yeah, as customary, I'll leave the last words to you.
I think Hit and Run will have some talking to do after their demise, and Smile is probably pretty happy, looking forward to his China. I don't have much else to say. Great performance from Smile, great performance from Opor. Looking forward to see them in China and what they can bring. But there's two very intelligent people that have so much more to say about what they saw on NA. Insane and Toxic. Let's hear the analysis.
Are you sick and tired of being relentlessly shamed for your lack of skins and loot boxes and other cool things? Well, don't worry about it. We've got you covered, Jimmy. Hi there, we're Million Pugs. You've probably seen our logo on stream, but here's what we actually do. Million Pugs earns you skins and in-game rewards whenever you shop online. When you shop with any of our partnered brands, you earn our own loyalty points, called Pugs. You then swap those Pugs for some spiffy World of Tanks loot like premium tanks, premium account access, and gold. Anyway, head on over to millionpugs.com now and sign up for free.
Thanks a lot, guys. It has been indeed a long weekend, and it comes to an end with a great victory for Smile in the NA Grand Finals against this team of Bears. What do you think about that one? 5-2 as a final scoreline. We pretty much expected that result.
Very deserved. Actually, some really cool matches from Smile, especially the Cliff ones. They were close, but they managed to just come out of them ahead. We had some roller coasters here as well, not as bad as on EU, but yeah, congrats, Smile, deserved victory, and I'm gonna be very keen to see them in the Winter Invitational tourney.
Yeah, I think that would be very interesting to see them battle against some EU teams to see what they're made of, because they were definitely dominating on that NA tournament. But we should probably take a look at the replays Toxic as they're ready. And we're starting on Cliff between those two teams. And we had a very, very slow attack from the side of Smile that managed to take it with what? 1 second left, if I remember correct.
Yeah, it was literally 1 second. I think the timer even went to 8 minutes, if I remember correctly in the spreadsheet. However, also very unorthodox defense. I have not often seen Nafuri in that position yet in a defense. Maybe Kian should put that into his next map guide actually, because Chase actually managed to get like, what, 5k damage out of that position, so great job by him. Actually delivering as the team captain in such a match is not always easy. It just quiet wasn't enough. Such a close match, so they will be biting themselves for dropping this one.
Yeah, that's an interesting position, but I think what was missing from the side of Bears was the heal, because from the side of Smile, just had to push on the mid to D5, push around the hill, get the angles on the tank on the mid, and you could see that Bears had many tanks, like the CS in the back, the Hori, that were not capable of helping much. They did some great damage on tanks climbing on the hill, but that was pretty much it. So 1-0 for Smile with a very close victory with almost no times left. And then they were on the defense and Bears on the attack, and they were looking to pick up their first round for that match. Pretty standard opening, teams avoiding each other, but then you could see that Smile started to team up to repush the Donuts. They stopped initially, but after a bit of a time they went for it again and it worked in their favor.
I mean, great rotations at the start from both these teams. Actually, the correct rotation from Bears to go to the Donut to avoid being farmed from the hill. Smile also the correct rotation out, so great stuff from them. I didn't like this push here in the end that we are just seeing. I feel like, yes, they did have Octo, I think, in his CS, shooting them in the back. But if Vova just stays in like C1, he can deny that, and they don't really have to do anything since they are the defender. I feel like they took quite the risk with pushing in. It did work out just in the end, but way too risky for my liking.
Yeah, honestly, at the end, HP-wise, it was very close. They still had 3 tanks alive, but that could have gone the other way around. Smile taking the lead 2-0 on Cliff. But then on Ghost Town, Bears came up with a pretty interesting attack, going with the double mass, the cap pressure, and you could see that they managed to catch some tanks off guard, like Lip, that was pretty much out of position. He got completely focused out by a few tanks from Bears, and this cap pressure constantly getting bigger, so good stuff from them, and Smile not actually having an answer to this one.
Yeah, we gotta say, actually great picks and bans from Bears, because this was their pick, and they had something ready. It worked out great. They were able to confuse Smile and actually, you know, take the 2-0 on their map pick. So great stuff from them. Bears actually, you know, kind of putting Smile into an awkward position where they have to do pushes they don't want to. Same here, you know, fly and external pushing. Yes, they will get some damage here and there, but Octo will be able to farm them the entire time, and Lip and Fluky can't really overpush him either. because of the CS and the 277 that we see towards the D1 E1 position.
To some extent, it was good for the side of Bears because Smiley is pushing into that mouse. So they're pushing into that meaty tank that wants to take damage for his team. In the meantime, Bears is establishing some control back towards the city with the mouse pushing, trying to get some overmatch to take down a Lope. So overall, Bears in control on their defense. Also, you mentioned it, a lot of damage made. They traded October for a ton, almost 1.5 tanks in the process. You could see at the end, it was only Sebastian left with his mouse against 4 tanks. So solid defense for the side of Bears.
It's kind of awkward to see though that both those teams go to 0 and neither of them is able to actually convert the momentum that they have. Quite the opposite, actually. You know, you have Smile going up to 0, then Bears going up to 2, and then you have Smile going up to the 5-2. So really weird stuff going on here. Actually, interesting defense as well. I mean, it's kind of similar to what we've seen on EU yesterday, but I feel like the repush was very unorganized. What do you think?
I think the issue is that Bears was not well set for that. They had their tanks pretty much spread all of the map, one on the mids, one over the north. They were trying to maybe catch someone rotating around, but they were not pushed enough to actually do any damage on those Smile tanks. And then they had an easy play of the base 1 to get the decaps, and they were in control of the forest side. So they had control of the base 1, of the forest, even of the mid afterwards. So Bears, they tried something, but this tactic was definitely not on point. And while Toxic this round was pretty impressive from the side of Smile, because this all integration with 4 i7s actually getting all the attention for Bears allowed them to go for a triple cap that worked. This was probably the fastest round we have seen in the entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick out replays in this round for you guys, the viewers, because in the end it was only 1 minute and 19 seconds long. So not really much to show. Smile just goes into the cap with 3 tanks, does a amazing job in blocking the decaps with their i7s. Also, probably a mistake from Muscles from Bears. He could have gotten a reset if he chose correct pathing.
True.
But Smile just with a quick cap within, what is it, 1 minute and 19 seconds. Great job.
Yeah, it was a very cool attack. I've never seen that before, and it was definitely interesting. Then we were on Himmel's match point for Smile, going for a trap that worked very well in their favor. As you can see, Vova and Lop are gonna take down October in the E5 pretty much for free. Only 1 shot taken, so that's the perfect trade for the side of Smile on their defense. And you could see that then they were holding strong on the lower side with all of those meat tanks, Miles 60 TP, winning back the 1-2-3 lines. So what a convincing victory it has been overall, and what a dominant team we have seen on that NA tournaments. Really looking forward to see them in the Winter Invitational.
Yeah, great stuff from Smile. I think this is, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the 3rd consecutive tournament that they win. It's the 2nd at least.
Yeah.
So actually quite some dominance that we have going on from there. And I mean, neither of the 2 matches that we saw from them were really close. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 2 matches that we saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw 2 matches from them. None of them were close, so great stuff. And as you said, it will be interesting to see them competing versus other regions in the Winter Invitational.
Yeah, definitely. And a 7-0 victory at the end, so really great from them. Toxic, well, that's been a pleasure to be with you once again for this tournament. We also have to give a huge thanks to Millionpacks for sponsoring this event, providing some really great prizes for the winners. It was great. It's like what, the 3rd or 4th time we have them for World 7 events, so that's really great of them to sponsor those tournaments, especially for the players getting to the top ranks, because that really boosted the prizes we had.
Yeah, it's actually the 4th time they sponsor this,
Yeah.
so also from me, thanks a lot to Millionpacks for sponsoring these tournaments. It has been a pleasure to analyze these plays and also the misplays together with you. I wish everyone a good night, and this time I will be leaving the last words to you.
Yeah, well, congratulations also to our casters. And talking about them, we're going to be hosting Daki after that. So if you didn't get the chance to have 4 hours of watching time for the mystery drops, you will get the chance to do it on Daki's channel. The first time we get to see you, hopefully, is going to be in a month or so, like 11th and 12th of November, if I'm not mistaken, for the 15v15 clan showdown, exactly those dates. So make sure to tune in a month in November to see some of the 15v15 action. And from the two of us, we wish you an amazing night.